YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, back in Total War Warhammer 2. I got a couple of tournament replays here that was sent in to me, and I wanted to see these because I haven't really watched a whole lot of competitive play. I am worried, though, that these were sent in prior to the patch because of the build of the Beastmen being precisely what people told me Beastmen were patched for, which was Centaurs with throwing axes, Malagor for summoning Cygors, and Centaurs with great weapons. The Spearmen that got basically everything that got nerfed is in this army. So, we'll check it out. High Elves up here. Got a Mage of Life. Line of spear, well, a couple of spears. White Lions, Sword Masters, Phoenix Guard. A couple of archers. Boy, it's going to be hard to protect those archers. Very hard. Let's see, the dragon's out in the woods here and is not in a good place. There's a lot of throwing axes. Cygor is going to get summoned while the rest of the Beastmen sit in the woods and let the Cygor do some of his work. Not sure what the princess is about here. I guess the mage can heal the princess. Maybe just trying to get some good recon or something. Man, those throwing axes are ripping her a new one. She'll have to watch out because even with the mage, it's going to eat up all her magic. Ammo, ammunition 12. I mean, she's taking some volleys off of the Centaurs, but at the cost of her life. It really wasn't a huge bunch of volleys. Cygor's already gotten a few hits. Oh, on the Phoenix Guard too, so that'll be quite effective. And then same thing there, killing Sword Masters. So that Cygor is going to pay for himself, especially since it was just magic. That'll speed his passing though, because he's a summon. Even with way to fight at range, the High Elves are going to have to move up, because basically the Beastmen are getting free kills here. For the cost of magic, they're getting some really important free kills that their Bestigor don't have to get anymore. You know what? People kept telling me that I was wrong about Beastmen in the patch. I get it now. I get it. This would annoy the living crap out of me to play against this. Like, super annoying. So, yep, never mind. Changed my mind on the patch. Looks like they're just trying to kill the Cygor here, and of course Malagor could get enough magic to potentially summon a second. But I mean, that Cygor has picked up 40 very high value kills, and a couple more. 52, so 12 more. Yeah, the healing here will do some, but it's, yeah, here actually look, the Phoenix Guard is doing nothing. Because the Cygor just straight up killed units, and it's the same thing in these other ones. It didn't really damage the units around it, it just kills the unit model, so the healing won't do you any good. I think it's some more healing on the dragon here. It's going to be regrowth, and he's going to try and take out this Cygor early because the Centaurs aren't close enough. There are Spearmen and other units here, but might as well do some damage and keep the Cygor from throwing until the Centaurs get there. Now, definitely going to have to run away from the Centaurs. The regrowth helped a lot. Kind of healed the dragon through the whole process. That was good timing. One Cygor's gone. Almost gone. Still not gone. 56 kills. Wow, High Elf player has got to be annoyed right now. And that breath attack completely missed. So things not going good for the High Elf player. He's going to get sideswiped here by Centaurs, and yeah, this White Lion's going to get completely mopped up. The Sword Master will get a bunch of kills here, but all the spears are just meat shielding for the Bestigor herd. So I don't see any way the High Elves are going to dig themselves out of this. At least I don't think so. There's a heal now. That'll help. Oh my gosh. That Cygor just got a brutal shot right there. The other Cygor's down, finally. These Gore herds will probably defeat the Spearmen, probably. Think they will. Dragon has landed over here, trying to help mop up this blob. Despite the oh, those were Centaurs with throwing axes. Yeah, they don't want to be in that fight. The Centaurs with great weapons going to cycle charge in here, and they'll actually get a decent amount of damage done, but the regrowth here actually is going to clutch for that Sword Master. The Phoenix Guard's going to swing over. The High Elves are actually doing a pretty darn good job, all things considered. I think if I were the High Elves here, I would have been dead already. Now this is bad. The dragon's caught up here in a bunch of Centaurs. with great weapons, and it is taking a pretty substantial amount of damage, and there's throwing axes nearby. They need to get out of that fight. So Princess is going to get out of there, but the Mage of Life now getting mobbed by Centigores. A lot of Centigores, and the archers are there too. Dragon's going to come try and bail him out. It is just Centigores with throwing axes, but there are some with great weapons present as well, so that is a dangerous spot for the dragon to be in, because those Centigores with great weapons can do some tremendous damage to flyers. They're actually really good. It's one of the Beastmen's best answers to flyers. Here comes another Centigore great weapon, gonna mop up the archers, so high elf players definitely feeling the pinch now. The mage is in trouble back here. I don't know how much magic is available. Still managed to get some pretty solid work out of the sword masters here, which is very fortunate considering the damage that the Cygors did. I don't think there can be any more Cygors at this point. There are still some Phoenix Guard here. Those Phoenix Guard are going to be an important unit. A couple of sword masters as well. But with all these charging Centigores, I don't know if they can cycle charge their way out of this. Still quite a few spearmen over here as well. It's the Princess that has me concerned here. She's in rough shape. There's quite a few Beastmen coming back from routing here. This Spearman might be getting singled out here. No? No, he's going to go for the Sword Masters. Use the AP damage on the charge, do a quick charge, and cycle away. He's like chasing some of these Centigores with great weapons, but I don't think he can catch them. His infantry's kind of all split up now, which is not going to be good because the Centigores can do their thing. Like, look right here, just going to be a devastating rear charge. Spearmen are holding out, surprisingly, but now that the Bestigor are here, maybe not. Princess and the Mage trying to deal with some Centigores with great weapons. She has picked up a few more hit points here or there, so I think they'll get rid of those Centigores. Again, I think the High Elves actually done a good job here. If I was controlling the High Elves, I would have been dead very quickly to this army. I mean, his regrowths were pretty timely. I think he had one wasted heal there at the beginning. It really didn't do any good. These throwing axes, though, may actually throw the whole thing. Yeah, they've got enough ammo left to cause a lot of damage here. These archers just came back, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to put down those throwing axes. And I think the throwing axes might actually bring the... I don't know, though. Malagor's in trouble in here. Ooh, those Phoenix Guard, though. Malagor terrified. If Malagor dies here, that could actually clutch this for the High Elves. It's close. There's way more Beastmen left on the battlefield, but... yeah, this... Malagor needs to die. There's no catching these throwing axes. So they're going to do tremendous damage right here in the late game. So much so that I don't know if there's a way for the High Elves to dig back out of it, actually. Malagor is shattered. He's not dead. Which is kind of unfortunate because there's not going to be a penalty from the Lord being dead, so that is a tough break for the High Elves. And I think that... oh, Terror here, though. Terror. There's still a few spears left to tank. If the dragon can do her work. There's a Phoenix Guard left. One more volley of axes. That Phoenix Guard is just right on the cusp of routing. If it gets rear charged, it may do so. Oh my gosh, there's a fresh unit of throwing axes back here. Never mind. Beastmen all the way. Beastmen cruise. Cruise to victory. Yeah, I definitely understand why Beastmen took a nerf in this regard, because this army is just straight up annoying. And I'm not saying that to be mean to the player who used it. I can see why they used it. It's effective. It's effective. But it is annoying. It is tremendously annoying. It's because there's so many mobile units, you can't really have ranged units of your own to protect, and then the Cygors do so much damage from range. Yeah, I can see that. I can see it now. So yeah, Beastmen are going to cruise to victory here. Absolutely cruise to victory. I thought it was close. I totally didn't catch that other unit of throwing axes. With that other unit of throwing axes, it wasn't even close. Again, I thought Zablaski played very well there. all things considered. I would have gotten wrecked hard in this situation because that army there is tough to counter. You've got to take down 4 elite infantry. There's 3 great weapons here that can do a ton of damage to your flyer. They can do a ton of damage to infantry on rear charges. And then, again, more AP damage here from all the Centaurs. So that's 6 units of fast-moving, high AP. Meat shield, and then 2 free artillery units from Malagor. So that's tough. Let's watch the other one. See what happens here. This one's going to be Lizardmen, and probably 2 dinos. I'm guessing a Stegodon. Maybe? I can't tell. We'll have to get in here and see. Oh man, that's risky in my opinion. Every time I've taken Wood Elves against Lizardmen, I've gotten absolutely annihilated. Let's see, front line of Dryads. Dryads are immune to terror. 2 Wild Riders, 2 War Dancers. I mean, they're good against unarmored things, which is not going to be dinosaurs, and quite honestly, it's not really Saurus Warriors either, because those guys have 60 armor. It's where I find this to be a tough matchup. I mean, Saurus Spears and Saurus Warriors actually have enough armor that they are not a good matchup for Dryads and War Dancers. So the Glady is falling back for whatever reason. Let's see, we got Glade Guard with Starfire Shafts. These guys used to do magical damage, they don't anymore. And again, I think this replay might have come prior to the patch. So I don't know if we're super accurate with the outcome. These chameleon skinks are going to be straight up annoying. Nope, no dino here. Just skink priest beast. That's to try and force the elf forward. Doom Flock, and then skink chief is definitely meant as a hard counter to the Glady, because the skink chief is cheap, but his skirmish range is more limited. Oh, that's bad. Because now she's poisoned. I'm not sure if she can even outrun. I mean, she's probably just going to have to try and fall back a little bit this way. Try and get back to the cover of those archers. What happened here? Holy mackerel. What was that? Was that an amber spear, or is that the shotgun off Krokgar? No, it was Krokgar. Holy crap. I didn't know Krokgar could do that. I mean, I knew he could do it, but I didn't know if Hand of the Gods would cause that much damage. Did you all see that? He almost one-shotted that mage. I had no idea. Oh, Prey of Anathrema, and the Skink Chief gets wrecked. But he's not dead. Nice. Well, I mean, I say this is a nice job. This is the thing with chameleon skinks. Even a really fast unit like Wild Riders, they're not going to catch them. Not in time to do enough damage. They just get wrecked. So it was a nice play, but the chameleon skinks game, set, match there. I'm pretty sure Dryads are just going to get dumped on here by Saurus Warriors. The archers are staying back, obviously wanting to get a piece of Krokgar, but Krokgar doesn't really need to engage. He can just kind of take this stuff out ahead, stay behind the lines, and he should be in an okay place. The Skink Chief is going to be running and skirmishing, but the Skink Chief doesn't have what it takes to win that fight at this point. Ooh, those Saurus Warriors. Yeah, they're not going to get bowled over by the Wild Riders. The Wild Riders are going to take a lot of damage there. And they're getting poisoned. Yeah, Krokgar and the Cold One Spear Riders safe. Oh, he didn't go finish it though. So the Glady pulls back and the Skink Chief comes back. Yeah, look at this. Dryads got absolutely pummeled by Saurus Warriors. Yeah, absolutely pummeled. Nice charges here by the Wild Riders. They've done a lot of damage. They're desperately trying to keep these Saurus Warriors out of the archers. There's a Doom Flock that's going to get all the archers. I just don't see what answer the Wood Elves have to the Lizardmen at this point. I think the Lizardmen just run away with this. Prey of Anathrema, pretty nice, but kind of at the edge. Not at the complete edge, but towards the edge of the archery range. Krokgar will take some damage, but he's not going to die. There's starting to become very little to hold the flanks here. The archers are gonna get vulnerable. Yeah, see this, the Beastmen, or the Lizardmen just pushing. Might finally be able to get the Chameleon Skinks here, but you'd be surprised. The Chameleon Skinks are gonna do a tremendous amount of damage to the Wild Riders in melee as well.
Swiftly! Quickly!
Let's see, over here, War Dancers, they have 36 kills, but again, this is just gonna be disastrous. The Starfire Shaft's gonna do their thing.
With haste!
If Krokgar gets a hold of Glady, then it is over.
Swiftly.
Oh yeah, this is bad. Maybe Glady's baiting Krokgar? She can't serve as bait for very long, though. It's one tasty treat that dinosaur... Oh, look at that. Chameleon Skink's gonna run in. Pin the archers down. Here comes Krokgar. And the fate of the Wood Elves is looking rather grim at the moment. So, let's see, though. I don't know, though. Krokgar's in bad shape. But is it enough? Let's see. Yeah, there goes Krokgar. I don't know, the Wood Elves might turn it. They might turn it. These archers are still alive. Krokgar's gonna bite it. Glady's still in good health. Yeah, I think they're gonna turn it. I didn't think they had a prayer there for a minute. Maybe they still don't. I don't know, there's not a lot of infantry left. There's a couple of Wild Riders way out here. Glady's gotta see these two off of the battlefield. Okay, Shatter on Krokgar. Chameleon Skinks, though, can catch these archers because of the poison. The Dryads are gonna try and put a stop to it. Another Chameleon Skink here is probably gonna come back from routing. Krokgar is going to be off the battlefield. War Dancers actually put up a decent fight, but again, you can see they're not going to be fantastic against Saurus. These Wood Elf units need to get reactivated. It could be a bugged out replay, but we'll see. Ooh, yeah, Saurus Spear breaking through. Glady's getting rid of some Chameleon Skinks. Look at this Chameleon Skink all the way back over the line here. It's actually hidden. I think you can... No, you can't see it. I'm not sure what... Yeah, it could be a bug replay at this point because it came across a patch. So it's hard to say. It says it's in favor of the Elves. These units are now moving back here. Again, could be a bug replay. Skink Priest is going to get beat down here. These archers need to get clear. Okay, it's another Chameleon Skink off the battlefield. These Chameleon Skinks off the battlefield. So it is spread out all over the place. Let's kind of see what happens. I think the replay bugged. It gave the victory to the Wood Elves. I don't know exactly what happened there, to be honest, but interesting to see the picks there. Actually kind of like that Lizardman pick. It's actually not real heavy on dinosaurs. It makes a better use of the Chameleon Skinks. And then these Javelin cohorts, just extra units to fodder in between the Saurus warriors, which to be honest, I mean the High Elves, or sorry, Wood Elves don't have a good answer to Saurus. They really don't, not in my opinion. What do you all think? Do they have a good answer to it? In the Wood Elves versus Lizardmen, I would favor the Lizardmen every time, personally. If you think I'm wrong, I'd love to hear how, because I haven't really figured that one out yet. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed these. Thanks to the two players, Zablaski and Latslun Soothsayer. It's Latslun Soothsayer, however you say his name. It's fun to watch, even though it may have bugged out a little. I just wanted to see how people picked competitive armies. Again, it's probably a little bit different in this patch. It's a Tomb Kinger here, because we saw all those patch notes. I definitely understand the Beastmen notes now. I stand corrected. Anyway, HeirofCarthage signing out for now. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I will see you soon.